Hey Dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome or welcome back to another Sessions from My Desk video. I am doing some journaling to begin with, and I am finally starting my February entries. Yes, I know it is fine. It's already April. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to document the snow that we had, even though I hate snow, but I feel like I should document it when we do have snow. So took these pictures, and I wanted to share that one there because there was a deer print in the snow, and it was just so cute, and it reminds me of Chopper from One Piece, and he's a reindeer. So yeah, loved it. So I did get that picture down, and of course what the house looks like and all the snow and everything like that. And so just putting a little decorations down. Now, this is from a Phil and Frosty, I think it's Simple Stories pack from like years ago. It's been in my stash, and I still have like these stickers that I've never used. And I'm like, I know this had a snow sticker, so let me see if I can find it. So I did, and so basically, like I said, I'm just documenting the snow and when it happened and everything like that. So this is going to be another one of those journaling sessions where I do like multiple days in one spread because it's not like a whole lot to say about each thing. So yeah. Anyway, the next day I am just getting this down. This picture of CBTV. She is on YouTube. Her name is Caitlin, but the YouTube channel is CBTV. And I recently found her. She is a reactor to TV shows and movies and stuff like that. The first thing that I saw her react to, I thought it was One Piece, but it's not. The first thing I saw her react to was Heated Rivalry, and I ended up watching that, and I loved it. I love her reactions. She is hilarious. And because I saw because I had just finished watching Heated Rivalry, and because I saw her reacting to that, I went and searched her page to see what else she had reacted to. And of course, when I saw that she had reacted to the first season of the live action One Piece, I definitely watched that. She is hilarious. Okay, go check her out. As I said, CBTV. And then she's also reacted to like My Demon, which is K drama, and then also Exo Kitty, which the third season of that is coming out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So very excited for that. And I also like the way that she sometimes just binges the entire show instead of breaking it up into episodes. So that is fun. Love her. Go check her out if you like watching other people react to your favorite shows. You should check her out. Anyway, on the 8th, I am documenting. It's not exactly my brother's birthday, but this is the day that he wanted to go ahead and celebrate because I think he was actually doing something on his birthday. So this is when he came, and this is basically just the day that we were celebrating and giving him like his gifts and his cake and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just getting that down. But of course, the 8th was also the Super Bowl day. I personally don't care nothing about a Super Bowl. However, a lot of times I will tune into whatever the Super Bowl halftime show is. Like if it's something I'm interested in. So like one year was Usher, one year was Rihanna, etc., etc. And then they had like a conglomeration or collaboration, I should say. It was like Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and then of course the one with Kendrick Lamar. So yeah, and then so this year it was Bad Bunny. So I know like one song that he sings. I'm not like super up on Bad Bunny, but I did want to watch it just to support. And I did enjoy the message, even though I may not have known exactly what he was saying. I could kind of get the message from the song, so whatever. And I love like the visuals of what was going on in the Super Bowl halftime show. So I did tune into that. And then, as I said, my brother's birthday celebration was that day, so I wanted to record that. And that is pretty much what's going on in these journal entries here. And so as you can see, I am getting my decorations down, and now I'm going in and filling the dates in with this pen. I actually wanted to use a Tombow marker that was, I wanted to use a gray one, but I wanted to use one that was lighter than this, and the top of this was deceiving, and I just went ahead and started filling it in instead of testing it first. I don't know why I did that. So yeah, next time I will be testing it out on a sheet of paper first to make sure I have the exact color of what I'm looking for. but it's not bad. I like the way it looks or whatever, so it is what it is. And as I said, I am just getting this done now. I'm filling in my entries, and that pretty much wraps up these entries here for this creative journaling spread. I need to go in and do some more. I just it's been bothering me for like the last week. There's this one entry that I need to get down, but I just don't know how I want to do it yet. So yeah. Anyway, as I said, wrapping this stuff up, getting it dated and everything like that, and then I will be moving on to the next part. Hey dreamers, I figured we could go through some of the cards that I picked up, the one-piece cards that I picked up. That's like 50 in a thing. I figured we could do maybe like 20 until I'm done with this whole thing. So yeah, I'll turn you around and we can get to it. Okay, here we go. So I did try to start counting out 20, and I realized while I was going through it that a lot of them are repeats. So I'm just going to do the whole pack because most of them are repeats. So it probably shouldn't take that long anyway. So first we have Ace and Whitebeard, father and son. Love it. And that says it's 5,000. So it says Ace and Newgate, which is their names. So Whitebeard's real name is Newgate. And it's something else. It's like it's something Newgate. I can't remember the rest of it. Anyway, moving on. So we got Ace and Newgate. And then we have Izo, who is one of the officers of Kaizuki Odin. Love her. And these, it looks like all the holographic cards are up front. God, can I talk? Anyway, here is Kozuki Odin. I know you're getting that glare because it's holographic, but he's so cool. I love him. Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. Anyway, we have Whitebeard, Edward Newgate. That's it. So we have Whitebeard again. And as I said, there's several of them here. So there's just no need to ration them out, I guess. And then we have Elmi. I don't think I've met this character yet. So I'm curious to see when I will meet her, or if I've met her and just didn't really realize that I've met her. So as you can see, there's several of those. And then we have Jozu. I don't believe I've met this character either. No, this says he's from the Whitebeard Pirates. So, oh, this is a Whitebeard Pirate ally. So maybe I've met her, but didn't realize who she was. All right. And this is definitely met this guy, Squared. I have issues with Squared, but he is a Whitebeard ally. So Whitebeard Pirates ally. And there's a few of him. There's two of him, only two of him. Okay. And then we have the DeClavin brothers, another ally of the Whitebeard Pirates. And you get how many of those? 4 of those. And then we have Vista, who is a Whitebeard pirate. Definitely met this guy in Marine Forge. So, and how many do we get of him? 4. And then we have, of course, Portgas D.A., second commander-chief of the Whitebeard Pirates. Love him. I love me some Ace. We get 2 of those. That must be a rarer card. Yes, that's 6,000. I think that's the level. I think the higher you go, the rarer the card is, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. As I said, I'm very new to collecting one-piece cards. So then we have Whitey Bay, Whitebeard Pirates. I like her design. There's 2 of those, and that's 1,000. So, oh, and then we have Marco. Love him. He's first commander. Whitebeard Pirates. And then we get 4 of those. Oh, little oars. Little oars. I love him. He is a giant, but he's a Whitebeard Pirates ally. And so how many do we get? Oh, that's 7,000. So he must be 1, 2, 3, 4 of little oars. He's so cool. I love him. And then we have AO, Whitebeard Pirate's Ally. So a lot of these people I think were probably, I met probably in Marineford, and some of them I just wasn't paying attention to because of the rest of the action that was going on the screen, because Marineford is a doozy. So you get 4 of those. And then we have I Am Whitebeard. And how many of those do we get? 4 of those. And then we have Ace. Take that back. Take back what you said. Remember this moment. And I will say no more than that. And then we have Fire Fist Ace. Giving it to him. We get 2 of those. And then, I guess because it's like a playing card. It's a playing card game. I don't know how to play yet. And I don't know if I ever want to. I'm just kind of collecting right now. But the guy that I went to this weekend, he said that they host playing games. So I was like, if I ever figure out how to play it and I decide I want to do that, you will see me. But until then, yeah. So I'm assuming these just go with the card game. Like if you were playing the card game. So that is it. I'm glad that didn't take forever. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to take a while to get through these, but knowing that they have multiples made it much easier. So that's great. And I actually have more cards in queue that I want to open, but I'll save that for another day. And so yeah, we'll move on to the next thing. So I'm back in my weeks, getting another week decorated with all of the media that I consumed for that current week. And so this was basically just not just, but mainly a One Piece week. This is the week when season 2 finally dropped. Y'all, it's been 3 years. Okay, the first live action, I should say, came out way back in September 2023. So it's been a journey. It's been a while, and I was so pumped and so excited. So I started watching it immediately and got through the entire thing. And I do believe I started watching it again with my brother and my sister. So like I said, heavy on the One Piece this week. Excuse me. As far as the live action One Piece, and of course, I was also watching the anime. The only other show that I was really watching this week was Lovely Runner, which is a K-drama. Pretty much like that for the most part. And then I was still reading Lassiter. As I said last time I was doing this, I was like, I needed to do a mix of like the pictures of the posters and stuff like that, and then also writing, because it just didn't look, to me, it didn't look right with just like the pictures and everything like that. So I was like, I need to switch it up a little bit. And so I did actually add some writing and stuff here, and I'm going through and shadowing it. And I went over the E again because I was shadowing it wrong on the wrong side. So I had to redo it. And then I accidentally did not record the part where I wrote down Davy Back Fight, which is the part of the One Piece anime that I was mainly watching this week, and that lasted a while. The Davy Back Fight, people complain about that. I love it. Like, I love everything about it. It was hilarious to me, especially Foxy, because he is a fool, especially if you insult him and he gets all depressed and stuff. Hilarious to me. Okay, so yeah, I was mainly watching One Piece live action, and then the anime, of course, I'm watching that typically at night. And then my K-drama for the week was Lovely Runner, which was pretty good. As I said, not the best that I've ever seen before, but a decent K-drama. Honestly, the last couple weeks I have been struggling with my K-dramas. Like, I'll start one and it's just like, I am just so uninterested, and I will just quit it. So I've done that like 3 or 4 times. So I have to find me something that's pretty good. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. So I have a small haul of things that I want to share with you all. A couple of crafty things that I picked up from Ollie's, and then a couple books that I picked up. From now on, well, mostly from now on, I think I'm just going to try to share books as they come in, because I get so many and I collect so many that I forget what month that I picked them up in, and etc. etc. So if I don't keep up with it that way, then it'll just be sprinkled throughout these videos. So let's get into it. First of all, I got Seduction by Amanda Quick. As you all know, I am back in my historical romance era, so I decided to pick this up because I was wanting another Nicole Jordan, and I'll get to that real quick. So let's see. Townsfolk called him Devil, for dark and enigmatic Julian, Earl of Ravenwood, was a man with a legendary temper and a first wife whose mysterious death would not be forgotten. Now country-bred Sophie Daring is about to become Ravenwood's new bride, drawn to his masculine strength and the glitter of desire that's burned in his emerald eyes. The tawny-haired lass had her own reasons for agreeing to a marriage of convenience. So that's basically what that's about. And then I wanted some more Nicole Jordan. I actually just read The Seduction from her. She's a new historical romance author for me. Really enjoyed that, and I've actually ordered her whole series from The Seduction, and once that comes, I'll share that. Anyway, this is another book by her, and it's the first in a series. Not sure what the series is called, but this one is called Princess Charming, so I did pick that up. And it just says, in Nicole Jordan's seductive new series, the scandalous wild cousins seek true love by imitating history's legendary lovers, beginning with Ashton Wilde, Marquis of Beaufort, who takes on the daunting role of Prince Charming to an unlikely Cinderella. So I guess this is a Cinderella retelling, which is cool. Also, these I actually picked up from Random House, Penguin Random House. I bought it directly from the website. These are from Ollie. The rest of the stuff besides this is from Ollie's. I did pick up some more of the ink cartridges, since it seems like I'm going through them fairly quickly, since I am using both of my fountain pens, which is great. I'm very excited to have finally found a fountain pen that doesn't give me trouble. So yeah, picked up more of those, and these are fairly cheap. You can get them cheaper at JetPens, but of course with the shipping and stuff, it'd probably be more unless you are meeting the $35 threshold for free shipping. This was $5.99, I think on Amazon. Anyway, found these at Ollie's. These are just some birthday stickers, and this is from like the Joanne Craft buyout that they have. So not all, but most of their crafty stuff is like $1. I mean, $1. Yeah, $1. Sometimes it's $2, but most of it is $1. So I did pick those up. See, this is where it's a little bit more. I found this Caregiver sticker book by the Happy Planner, and this price is $1.99, which is still, I mean, for a Happy Planner sticker book, that's like a steal. So I will I'll turn this over. Once I turn my camera over, I'll flip through this so you can see. But I got it mostly for like if I need to note down like a doctor's appointment and stuff. It has stuff to do that here. So, and then also in the books department, I found this Ruth Ware 1x1 for $2.99. And I picked this up simply because I've heard a lot of great things about Ruth Ware and her books. However, every time I see her, it's hardback, and I am trying my best not to buy any more hardback books. I just don't like them. I don't like reading them. They're too heavy. They hurt my hands, and I just would rather not have any hardback. So when I saw this one for $2.99, I said, okay, I can go ahead and pick that up and try Ruth Ware finally. So did grab this. It says, Ware sets the bar higher in 1x1. Let's see if there's a quick blurb somewhere. I don't know. I don't see any. Anyway, and I don't want to go through this whole thing. So, 1x1, Ruth Ware, $2.99 at Ollie's. And the next thing I picked up was from, it's called The Influence Formula, 4 Steps to Help You Lead Anyone Well by John C. Maxwell. And I have another one by him that I really liked. It's quick, short, easy, and it was called Show Your Work. So I did pick this up because same author, so I'm sure he's given some pretty good advice in this as well. Also $2.99. So, and it says, the opportunity to lead people is an invitation to make a difference. Good leadership changes individual lives, forms teams, builds organizations, and impacts communities. It has the potential to change the world, and you can learn to do it well, etc., etc. So that's what I grabbed from Ollie's in like random Holly stuff or whatever. So that's it. Okay, so here's the actual flip of the sticker book if anybody's interested. Again, this was Ollie's. $1.99. And this is the Caregiver Person. It's the Caregiver pack. Okay, so let's go through this, and we're gonna try to get through it fairly quick. So that's the first. And here are like some cute little band-aids. And I like these because they're clear matte. Some hearts with like the Red Cross type situation symbol on them. Again, clear matte. And these are, it says Visit Doctor. These are matte. Oh, hold up. There's different ones. These says Pick Up Prescription, Schedule Test, Visit Doctor, Shower Day. And this is the same. So you get 2 of those. And these just are stethoscopes. This is clear matte. And then we have, this is matte. We have things that says daycare, grocery shopping, and meal prep here. Same thing. Meal prep, matte, more matte sticker paper. Matte. And these are like things, I guess, where if you need, if you have a doctor's visit, it says when, where, and the times and stuff like that. And there's several of these. And then some big boxes and some other stuff here. Today I am grateful for, etc., etc. So there's a few of these. It's the same thing. And then we have check marks and what, where, when. And then take note. So a lot of these. And then we have just some boxes here. I know there are some people, like especially in the planner community, just love them some boxes. So if this is you, they seem to have plenty of box type stuff in here. This says reschedule, to do, top priority. And there's 2 of those. And this is matte sticker paper. Again, top priority. Remember, don't forget, to do. And there's a couple of those. And then these. Love letter to myself. Love letter to myself. Today's positive quote. I am limitless, etc., etc. There are 3 of these. We're getting to the stuff that I like most. I like quotes and like the clear matte sticker paper, which is cool. And it just says, from caring comes courage. Compassion brings us to a stop. And for a moment, we rise above ourselves. And there's more. It's kind of difficult to read on camera. I'll just put it up close in case you want to pause and see what it says. All right. And then we have some more like little positive quotes. Again, I'll put it up close. Hopefully the glare is not glaring too bad to where you can't see what it says if you want to pause and read it for yourself. And then another. And this is the last one. So again, same thing. I really hope that you are able to get this if you want to read the quotes. Okay, and that is it for the flip of this sticker book. Okay, this will be the last thing for my desk sessions this go around here, and I am basically getting myself set up for the month of April. It is currently April 2nd, but you know, whatever. So yeah, I'm getting my calendar done first, and typical for me, this is a create with pen notebook, and I like to do it from the bottom. I go up to, and then I start counting out. And personally, I like to do my calendar the way it looks like if you're looking at it on like the way it actually is. I don't know how better to say that, and I'm sorry if it's not clear, but anyway, so yeah, I'm getting my calendar done like that, and I always count out 5 by 5 boxes, so 5 across, 5 horizontal, 5 vertical, and that's the way it goes. And then when I'm ready, when I'm done with the pencil, which I do it pencil first because I've done it where I've done God, can I tell? I've done it where I started with pen first, and yeah, I started messing stuff up. So I was like, let me just start doing pencil, and then going over and inking it with my pen when I was ready. So that's what I do. As I said, 5 by 5 boxes, and now I'm getting the shell inked, and then I will go through and whatever I start with first, I'll do all of the looks like this time it's going to be all vertical lines that I get done first, and then I will go back through and do all my horizontal lines. So I'm not like moving the notebook around a million times just to do it. So now I'm starting my horizontal lines, and once I get done with that, I will move on with the rest of it. Okay, now I am writing in the days of the week. I am a Sunday start girly. It's just how it's used. This just what I'm used to. So that's I do my Sunday start. Anyway, now I'm getting all of the dates or the days, the numbers of the days written in. I do believe April is just a 30-day month because I do believe March was 31. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm getting that done, and then of course now I'm gonna go in and do my decorations for the calendar here. I start off with this washi and I get it down, and once I get it down and start decorating with the little stickers and stuff that I've chosen for this month, which if I can find the link for it, I will link it below if anybody is interested in downloading it for themselves. But once I start decorating with the stickers, I don't like the way it looks. Like it doesn't match well to me at all. So I end up taking up this, even though I'm fiddling with it a million times here, I end up scrapping this piece of washi tape anyway. So yeah, so I get it all down because I kept feeling like when I was putting it down, I kept feeling like it was uneven, and I think it was just probably because of the way that I wrote like Sunday, Monday too. I think the way I wrote that is uneven, and that's why it was giving me uneven. But anyway, as you can see, I took that washi tape down and just decided to go with this pink here and these little flower ones because the flowers kind of go with that flower that's there in the corner there. So I just wanted to decorate like that. Excuse me, I'm having the burpees and I'm trying not to burp in your ear here. Anyway, I'm getting some more washi tape down here, which is not a lot, and then I will go in with the little girl that comes from this sticker pack and put her down. Well, there's several, so I just chose this one as far as like a spring type of vibe. And now I'm going in with my stencil. I have like 3 or 4 different sides of these letter stencils, and this is the huge one. And since April is kind of a short month as far as spelling, I decided just to do the huge letters here, and so I'm using that to write April. They're not completely straight, but they're straight enough that I didn't feel like I needed to cover it up and go over it again. So yeah, I'm getting April down with this stencil here, and then I will go in and fill that out as far as coloring it in, and then I will move on to the next part of the video. So now that that is all done, I am just getting myself set up for a watch list for the month of April, and then my reading and playlist over there on the other page here. So I set myself up with 3 boxes because, as you guys know, I like to do, well, if you're a regular here, I like to print out what I'm watching in 0.75 by 0.75 boxes. And so I'm getting my preliminary boxes done, so I just start myself off with 3 boxes, and then of course it ends up getting filled in more once I watch more, but I just get myself started with 3. And then, as I said, I wrote for my playlist and books read, and then now I'm completing my online orders little chart that I do every month, just so I can keep up with what I'm ordering. What I put down is I like to keep up with the site and or store that I'm ordering from, what it costs me, whatever I ordered, the date that I ordered it, and then the date that it shipped, and then the date that I received it. And that way I can keep up with the entire process and make sure I'm not missing any packages during the month of April or whatever month I am in currently. This is April, and I'm getting myself set up for the first day. And that pretty much wraps this setup up in this video. If you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I trust that you all have been safe and well, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.